Right. Okay. Oh, excuse me. All right. It might not be in here, but which is okay. Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Aaron Wise Out TV coming to you guys with another video. And y'all, we are here to talk about the Diddy trial. Now, before I get into some things, I'm treating this like a live, child. Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta make sure. Where is my other phones? Where's my other phones at? My other phones? I don't know where my other phones at. Where's my other phone? Here we go. All right, coming back. Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? All right, come in, come in. All right. Gotta make sure I let people know I'm live. That's one of the things I do. Letting the girls know I'm live. Y'all, when I tell you I feel so bad for Cassie, a little bit of a backstory. I always wondered why she ain't put out new music or anything like that. I wonder why her career didn't take off because she had some really, really good songs. She was pretty, she was pretty, she was impressionable. It's like, I think some of us wanted to actually see her. Like, we want to see where she's going to go in her career. So, and to find out she's been living in hell for a decade under the under the thumb of the most powerful, the most wealthy monster in the music industry. Like the way I have been glued to, and shout out to the YouTubers, shout out to the YouTubers that has been doing the work on the grounds, in the courtrooms, and has been bringing us back the tea, all of what was said in the courtroom. Shout out to Tessa, shout out to Armand, shout out to Mim, shout out to any content creator that was out there bringing back everything and giving and feeding YouTube. And I already did a video for day one. So a lot of my I took because I was going back and forth Tisa, from Armand, and just gathering my notes. And basically, I don't want to I don't want to see the thing is that happened in the courtroom. Some of the things I'm not gonna discuss. Like before that, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure y'all click that notification bell to be notified whenever I go live. Okay. So, like I said, I already did day one of the Diddy trial. I'm gonna do day two and day three, and I'm going to combine them together because I'm not gonna do day two and then do day three. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna combine it, we're gonna condense it, okay? So these are my notes. So these are the notes. I watched Tisa video, I watched Armand, and I basically wrote some notes down and basically I'm going to put it in my own words. I'm not going to take I'm not going to regurgitate what they already said on their platform. These are my own words, okay? So, let me just start off by saying Cassie is literally 8 months pregnant. This is literally like when I tell you, listening, watching the video and listening and hearing the events that occurred with Cassie and Diddy and all of the players around them, and and just got warped into this. When I tell you, Cassie has my deepest, um, deepest love, and I want, like, when I tell you, I actually really want the best for her, y'all. When I tell you, I went back and on YouTube and I started searching up Cassie videos. I was listening to me and you. I was listening to Long Way to Go. I was listening to Must Be Love, Child. Y'all, when I tell you, you have to go back and listen to Must Be Love. When I tell you this this trial, and then listening to the trial, and then going to listen to the songs Must Be Love and Official Girl, you can tell how much she wanted to be with him. She was young, she was naive, she was ill experienced, and in my opinion, even though in the courtroom she didn't want to be portrayed as a victim, but the thing is she was, and it's okay. But some people who are a victim don't want to be categorized as a victim. Hey, Lemon Kush. Hey, Lisa. And I was looking at videos of old videos years ago, like probably 9, 10 years ago, and of them in the studio. And the way, whenever she was out of his sight, he would keep an eye on her, like a close, like his eye was targeted to her. I really feel like he targeted her. She was she was young. She didn't know shit about shit. She was an ambition, a very ambitious young lady. She wanted a music career. She wanted that level of fame. She wanted to be a star. And just hearing some of the things that she has went through, and it just breaks my heart. It really does. And the fact that Cassie is 8 months pregnant, testifying in front of her abuser, her pimp, the monster that literally treated her like she was nothing, like she was a human doll, like she didn't have feelings, like she didn't have like she didn't have a heart, like she didn't have a brain, like she didn't have any type of morals and values and integrity. So these are the notes from both yesterday, day 2, and as of day 3. Now, I want to just remind you, you guys, I don't have all of the information because they are still deliberate. They are still doing the cross examination. They're still um, talking to Cassie. They're still doing their thing. Okay, I don't know if it's over, but I did hear that Tisa said that this trial is going to run all the way to July. So, and there's many more witnesses. So, another thing I want to say that according to Tisa, she said that today was much, much different than yesterday. I think the prosecutors yesterday, well, it was one person in particular. She wasn't really lining the questioning up for Cassie. I think Cassie wasn't the problem. If I got that correctly, um, she wasn't getting to the meat and potatoes. She wasn't given the a reason to care. That's how I took it. Um, Also, but today, today, when I tell they, according to Tisa and according to everybody that's reporting it, when I tell you the prosecutors delivered an ass whooping of a lifetime, Diddy team, the dream team, the dream team, his legal team, his boss like legal team, baby, they were gagged. They were gagged. They were thrown off. They was thrown for a loop. Even they had that and tried to embarrass and tried to trip up a pregnant fucking Cassie and embarrass her and ambush her and because they didn't have the information to be presented in court. They didn't have certain documents, certain info that should have been submitted before this whole thing. So they tried they tried to play dirty. They tried to play dirty. They tried like there were multiple outlets saying that Diddy's team whole whole end game is to literally trip up a pregnant Cassie. You know, make her cry, make her run, make her be like, you know what, it's done. Like literally get her the fuck up out of here. She don't want to do this. She don't basically that's what it is. Um that was their intention of doing to Cassie. I thought that was very disgusting. Hey to everybody, what's going on? So so Cassie is on the stand recounting from what I understood. Cassie is on the stand recounting everything. The years of abuse, the years of manipulation, the years of being raped, being trafficked, all the years that she has been tortured and the years of trauma with a person that was said to be her lover, her friend, somebody that she deeply, deeply cared about, which is, Diddy. But we all know that's not the case. So they definitely Cassie definitely recount the time they got together. She was literally 18 to 19 years old. Um, she was new. She was impressionable. She was a model. She was dipping it. She was trying to get up in the world. She met Puffy Combs at a party. Um, got introduced to her. Got introduced. They introduced each other. At one point, he introduced her to, um, he basically introduced her to oral sex, explored. She was very inexperienced which is crazy because certain, many 19 and 18-year-old are really not that experienced, but with her, she was definitely not experienced. So he took full advantage of that. Um throughout this throughout listening to the case, I realized that Cassie literally endured things because she she loved him, or at least she thought that he loved her in return. But she literally would endure the most heinous, the most nastiest, the most vile, the most preposterous things in the freak offs, all in the name of love and Diddy. Diddy definitely introduced her to voyeurism. Now, listen, y'all. I heard about voyeurism, but and I always let's go back because I was gonna tell y'all about a situation that I even had with somebody because I was new in the gay community with the whole voyeurism. I met somebody who was into that stuff. Um, I did a lot of things as a young new gay because I came out and everything, and I was like, I'm gonna be who I am and stuff. And then I found somebody who was really into it, and and I wanted to try. Like I'm always the type of person to try new things. So it's like I was like, okay, it's kind of weird, but okay. And then once I started do I can I instantly realized that I didn't like it. Now I that is a require like when I tell you people have their kinks, there's so many kinks that are far than voyeurism. Voyeurism. So there's a lot of kinks that are so much more weird. Trust me. Trust me, y'all. Trust me when I say there's a lot more weird things going on. There's a lot more weirder kinks. But I knew right then and there that voyeurism wasn't for me. I tried it, didn't like it, didn't like how I felt. I felt like I was being preyed upon. I felt like I was I was being looked at as, a trophy. I was looked at as like a exhibition. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt kind of weird because even though it was like two people, but I just felt like a whole audience looking at me. Like, I feel like there were cameras around. So I immediately was like, I can't do this. So I can just imagine and the type of stuff that we about to go through in my notes, child, my heart breaks for her. But going down the line, when I tell you she broke down the entire freak session, the freak off, she broke down each segment of the freak offs that I was being told that she broke every session down of the horrible experience. Um, Diddy definitely manipulated Cassie. Um, definitely, Diddy loved. Diddy didn't love nobody. Let me just. I have to really, just by seeing everything in this totality, and we still haven't. Diddy did not love a motherfucking thing. I think he will. He loved his kids. He loved his money, and I do think he loved being powerful. He loved being he loved being able to get away with certain things. He loved being he loved being the most dominant person in the room that he's able to coerce people, make people like bow down to his will because he had the connections, he had the money, he has the resources to get shit handled and done and sweep under the rug and all this stuff. They go into the fact that Diddy literally dismantled Cassie in every way. Diddy dismantled Cassie in every way possible, to her features, to her clothes, to her personality, to what she act like. Like when I tell you, if she didn't do what he say, it would be a slap, it would be a punch, it would be, a dragation wherever they was. And in the fact that he would literally, like, to be honest, what I got down here, Cassie wouldn't even have to do anything. Cassie can literally, oh, sorry, y'all. Cassie could literally cough or trip or sneeze or drink a bottle of water wrong. Diddy would literally abuse her each and every single time. If he didn't like the way you sat, if he didn't like the way she sat, he would put his hands on her. If she wasn't having fun, put his hands on her. Text messages was shown of the exchanges between her and Diddy about you know her getting abused and you know also face. Tessa said in the court coming from Tessa made it known that one time Diddy broke Cassie's face so good that she had a yellow, a yellow big pus on her side of her face. And the fact that Diddy literally told the security to take her to the plastic surgeon so she could take care of that. And the fact that he did not go with her, did not care, and let me know how she looked, basically. Um, yeah. Um, this is where the trafficking came in on. This is where the trafficking claims comes in. Diddy would literally force freak offs to Cassie. Now, in the beginning, Cassie would do them. She was all here for it because of the fact that she loved him. Now, in my opinion, she didn't like it, but she didn't let him know because she didn't want to make it seem like she was judging him. So basically, she was like, you know what? Okay, we can do it. Because you do it, because you love it, I'm on board. So basically, whatever he wanted, she would do just to please him. So even when she didn't want to, there was a point where she did not want to do it anymore. I think because of the drug usage, the amounts of drugs that he introduced to her and told her to take, there was a point where she felt sick. Her body was shutting down on her. Um, Basically to the point where she literally had to see somebody. Um, so that's a form of trafficking because you literally are trying to force something on a person that clearly they don't want it. They're tired. They are hurting. Like when I tell you, they said that Cassie would in multiple freak offs in different sections of the freak off, there will be one, two guys, three guys, four guys, and they were all taking a turn on Cassie. Like when I that's the definition of Diddy using Cassie as a human blow up doll. Literally had literally coerced Cassie to get on board to reach out to all of these escort things and reach out to various websites to get escorts, text them on the phone, call them, and secretly, discreetly have them fly out and have freak offs with her while Diddy watches. and a whole slew of nasty shit happened at these freak offs. Um, we made it known that Diddy was in control in every part of her life, in every way possible. He was in control of everything. So Diddy had Cassie do much of the work when contacting the escorts, reaching out, setting it up, tell them to come to here, come to here, come to here, this location, this location, this location. They literally had multiple freak offs in various locations, even internationally as well as domestically. Uh, Cassie felt used, empty, felt like she was nothing but a vessel, just a body, just a corpse. There was a point where Cassie felt like they were monogamous, that it's just the two of them because throughout her years with Diddy, she will always believe in her head that she is the only girl that Diddy is seeing. She's his wife when we all know basically manipulated her into thinking that they were more than what they were. So while Cassie thought they were monogamous, she suddenly realized that. So even come to find out that Cassie was literally messing with Diddy around the same time that he was messing with Kim Porter, was still messing with Kim Porter. Clock that T. So while he was digging in Kim, he was digging in Cassie. All right, let's catch that T. Also, let's describe the Freakos because I did tell y'all it was in many sessions. And shout out to Amon because child, when I tell you my fucking pearls were clutch. My pearls were clutch. You like to watch? No, I do not. I I like to be in the in the do. You know what I'm saying? I don't like even y'all like, and we're gonna get back to the freakos, but everybody knows I'm a gay man. I think I don't know if I told y'all, but I have went to the sex parties. I've went to sex parties in the city in Brooklyn and stuff when I was just really new getting into the community and everything. And I went to the sex parties once or twice, but then I finally realized, just like the voyeurism, I don't like nobody watching me. I think that's so fucking weird. I quickly realized I don't like people watching me have sex. You know what I'm saying? I don't like people watching. That's I feel like that's an invasion of privacy. Like, what are you doing? Why are you here? It's so weird. But going off the freak offs, like the listen, these are very detailed. So in the freak offs, Diddy would literally dress Cassie as his personal doll in wigs and masks. And basically, he needed Cassie to be freshly tan every time they did a freak off. All right. And like I told y'all, the freak offs was all over. You know, locally, domestic, and also international. And they did it at his house, all of his some of his houses, everywhere. Also, they would do it in luxury hotels. Okay, in all of the luxury hotels, baby oil and Astroglide would be present. They needed to be present. So it was said that one freak off took 10 bottles of baby oil. And mind you, the baby oil needed to be heated up. That's some freaky shit. Listen, y'all, I'm not even gonna cap. Warm baby oil feels so heavenly. Like, y'all, when I tell you, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Give me 1 second. We're gonna get back into it. Y'all remember? So this is not baby oil, but this is body oil. When I tell you, if I warm this body oil up, it would be everything. Like the warmness of your body, like body oil just does something to you. But the way Diddy obsessed over the body oil in the Astroglide, like he wanted more and more. Like when I tell you, they had to be glistening. Like motherfuckers showered in baby oil in Astroglide. Like at one point, Diddy wanted Cassie to literally dump her whole body into a kiddie pool of baby oil and Astro fucking glide. That's weird as fuck. Like, oh my, like when I tell you, Diddy, like you, the way the way your downfall is going, it's like your downfall is crazy. Shout out to you, Diddy. Um, mind you, in the courtroom, it was said that Diddy was basically looking at looking at Cassie as it appeared. Well, a lot of people thought like said that it was sort of like a taunting. So every time Cassie talked and explained and everything, Diddy would just look at her, like hold on to her every word and everything. Cassie would not look Diddy's way, would not look in his direction, was very laser focused on getting it out because I feel like if she looked at him, all that trauma would have been coming back. It's already coming back that she has to relive this shit during this case and during this trial, but she got to do what she got to do. So yes, it was said that Diddy was taunting Cassie as she was her the memories of their decade long relationship, which in my opinion wasn't a real relationship. I don't think he ever loved Cassie. He just saw a girl who was young, dumb, didn't know shit about shit, was easily manipulated, easily coerced to doing whatever he wanted her to do, and he was going to do whatever he wanted to her, and she will just have to deal with it. Um, Diddy directed every aspect of the freak off. He directed it. He told her, "You get on this way. You come over here. You put your hand on this private part. You bang her out. Make sure in her. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. And if you don't, and Cassie, you will not get paid." When I tell you, when he said that The mission of the freak off is to basically saw you Cassie, make sure you saw you her, and if you don't get paid. So the objective is to, you know what, put your babies in her, make sure your babies flow on through, and if you can't, your money will be deducted. Child. And then over the years of the freak off, you guys, over the years of freak offs, Cassie experienced mouth sores. Like when I tell you, all over her mouth, her tongue, everything. And then also, she had like several UTIs. It was like she was a dump. She was nothing. She was she was like a piece of clothing. She was like furniture. She was just an object to him. And then as I'm listening to this, and then I'm like, wow, like I go back to these videos and I go back to her music and I'm like, damn, you really, you you really was, what's the word I'm looking for, you guys? Like she was stuck in a way. Cause when I tell you, like, throughout their relationship, even after, she would go back, she would go back to him. He raped her at one point. Like there was so many things that I felt like was just enough was enough. And I feel like because he damaged her so bad, it was like she had no soul in her eyes. They said that throughout everything that Cassie was saying, like the list of things, it was concluded that Diddy didn't even see her as a human being, as a person. He literally didn't care about her thoughts, didn't care about her ambition, didn't care about nothing that has to do with Cassie. Whatever she had to say, what she had what she had to read, what she had to eat, what she had, he didn't give a fuck. Um but yeah, he, like I said, he directed every aspect of the freak off, sort of like choreography and stuff like that. And one point, after the whole thing, and they all nutted on at the freak off. She would literally go in the other room where he was and put all of the babies that was splattered on her on him, and use the man's babies and you know jack him off or whatever. Um yeah, shit, even, and this is literally, he would literally force Cassie to do freak offs on her time of the month. Would literally force Cassie to do freak offs on her time of the month. While all the escorts were doing her, she was busy seeing red from below. Was seeing red from down below. Said Diddy made Cassie into his human toilet. Cassie was a human toilet for her because literally Diddy had her had her upside down on the bed, literally on the bed, on her back, while multiple men is urinating on her. When as far as choking on the urine, that was crazy to hear. Literally got escorts off various websites. Um, listen, one of her cover names, one of Cassie's, her name was Jackie Star, because she didn't want to use her real name because who else's name is Cassie other than the girl from uh your Euphoria, whatever the one. So they also said that a guy named Garrett was like customer service or was like that was the go-to person to get any escorts in all around the world. So Garrett, like I really think that maybe Garrett is going to testify. But literally, while we talking about escorts, y'all, the escorts, they talked about the escorts in this trial in day 3. And they said, while they were calling out the names and identifying the escorts and the many escorts and telling them their names, there was one escort in particular that tied everything together. And this was this Jonathan Otis or something. So there was a connection right then and there, and that they can pin a RICO charge on Diddy. So the escorts, transferring the escorts from wherever they were over to them, and that whole connection and stuff like that, they can pin that as sex trafficking in a RICO case. So that's all that that situation. Also, they can also pin uh kidnapping as well because I forgot to say in my last live with the Diddy trial day 1 that kidnapping was also one of the charges. So there were many times where Cassie left, went home. Diddy would literally go look out and find her, knew like text her where you are, where you at, where you at. He would literally go to her house, knock down the door, and beat her up and abuse her. Um, yeah, they said one of the escorts in particular, by the name of Jules, was the one at the hotel where the infamous video of Cassie being abused. So that was the freako that she left. That she didn't really want to do. No, she was done with the freako. She wanted to leave. So after that whole freako, she left. So Jules was there. The escort Jules was there. Um, you know, at the time of the infamous video of Cassie being abused. Yeah, Yep, I did say that to Tessa tells. According to Tessa tells, the prosecutors was not. Um, yeah, Tessa tells said that day 2 they were not doing their biggest one, but today was a different story. So yeah, there's a lot of notes here. There's a lot of notes. I took really really good notes. And set it in my shout out to me, bitch. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. So this is what I got. This is what I They said today, day 3, like I told y'all, connections were made, pin RICO charges, trafficking, all that on Diddy, due to the calling of the escorts and reaching out and sending them over, basically having them being sent over or wherever they were across the world, because that is illegal. Uh, all right. At one point, Diddy attacked Cassie's friend. I think at that time they were done. Diddy literally ambushed Cassie and her friends. Was beating Cassie so bad that her friends had to jump in, and they got beat the fuck up too. Diddy threatened to leak some of the tapes of the freak-offs to Cassie's mother. I don't know who the other people is, but he threatened if she didn't come with him and do freak-offs with him and be a human toilet, be a human corpse, be a human blow-up doll, then he was going to ruin her for the rest of her life. Um, yeah, like I said, Cassie went back several times to Diddy. A lot of people wanted to know why, but when you have years, when you have years of a person telling you that you're nothing, that nothing that you says mean anything, you're stupid, you're dumb, all you are is a vessel, you're nothing. I'm going to use you up for all you're worth, and you're not worth that much. So this was years in the brutal, the beating, the freak offs, the UTIs, the transmitted diseases, the sores on the mouth, and so much stuff that was done to her, you know, even when she was done with him at a certain point, when she got into a situation with Kid Cudi, Diddy was so a control freak, didn't want to let her go, didn't want to do nothing with her. He would want to control. I think they were in the same building as her and Kid Cudi at one point. Diddy threatened to blow up his car allegedly, and it did. I think that was in the news, which led to Cassie breaking up with Cuddy, because reality, like she didn't want to subject him into her reality, that she became so to for all these years. So for his protection, she had to break up with him, because the way Diddy was on that, basically we would have we I really feel like if Cassie didn't break up with Kid Cudi and to Cudi, you know, Diddy would have been, then it would have got even worse. This case, then we would have people would have got for murking people. That's what Diddy wanted. He wanted to murk Kid Cudi for being in a relationship with Cassie. So that was that. Um, Even after all this said and done, and they broke up, they were done. Even after the times of her going back, but there was a point where she basically they were done with each other. They didn't see each other for a couple of months. I think she wrote a book and basically wanted to send it to him to let him read what he had done to her and how much he had broken her. And when basically he never read it, he never got it. Um, Called the assistant basically treated her like she was garbage. Nobody's reading that. Basically regurgitate everything that Diddy heard that she She's dumb. She's dumber. She's not. She's nothing. Nobody. You didn't even write the book. Who cares? You're not even that popping. Um, it went. It, all this to say, the final straw that broke the camel's back is when Cassie literally called Diddy and asked him for $30 million. The same $30 million that she got in the lawsuit. Like he literally got it up. He literally gave it to her in 24 fucking hours. Settled that case. Well, when she asked for it, initially he said, fuck no. You're not even worth a dollar. Now I'm paraphrasing. You're not even worth it. You're dumb. You're stupid. Nobody wants you. Nobody needs you. I'm paraphrasing. So basically, she says, okay. And which led to we here today. She filed a lawsuit against him and literally told the people about all the freak off sessions, all like really detailed. And what happened, y'all? What the fuck happened? Diddy sent that money and she was $20 million rich. She was $20 million rich. And I would say that she went through a lot. She had years of therapy. I think her husband really um cared for her, watched over her, told her all the things that Diddy didn't, lifting her up, making sure that she's valued, she knows that she is the most beautiful woman in the world, that you're not nothing, that you're not a human toilet, that you're not. Fact is, Cassie is now, even with, recounting everything that has happened through her relationship. I Tessa even said this. I don't know if Tessa said this or Iman. Cassie still, there was still an inkling that Cassie still cares about Diddy. I think when you have spent a whole picture of your life with this man, and when he dogged you, treated you like nothing, devalued you as a person, it don't something psychological, something in your psyche still wants to see the good in that person, even though nothing in this person is worth a damn. There's no God in him. There's nothing. He's the devil. There's some part in Cat. There's some part of Cassie's body that still cares about Diddy. Still loves him. May not be romantically, but still cares about him. So yeah, yeah. But listen, y'all, it's a whole lot of. Honestly, my heart hurts for Cassie. Honestly, my heart's hurt. I'm still going to watch out for the rest of the trial, because there's some more. They are literally they're they're getting all of the escorts that were involved in the freak offs to testify. So some of some, or if not all of the experts will be testifying. I think a Mia person that was a part of the team, the Diddy team, she's testifying. There's a lot of people that's testifying against him. So I think they're in good standing. They're in very good standing. I think the pieces are coming together. smoothly. And I think because there are missing pieces, that's why some of the escorts are going to testify so they can recount some of the things they experienced with Diddy in the room and choreographing and seeing how the story matches up, and stuff like that. Uh, yeah. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So that is it so far. They're still at the trial. Um, so I'm gonna keep my ear to the streets because when I tell you I'm enthralled because literally while I was listening to Tisa Tales and Armand and I was going back and forth between the two because there's some information that Armand don't have that Tisa has and there's information that Tisa don't have that Armand has. And they took notes and everything. So um see another thing that I'm kind of um curious about. I want to know if all the people that watched this go down and all of the times that Diddy abused and battered and beaten Cassie to the point of wanting to off herself at one point. Um, I wonder if they are going to get charged for accessory to these crimes. I want to know is D Rock, who is Biggie's best friend, going to get charged? I want to know if Diddy security is going to get charged because they dropped the car so Cassie can get her face healed and together. You know, there were many times where the security guards would literally have forced force Cassie to get with the freakos. Like will pull her, like, come on, the boss man do this and stuff like that. Even though they are taking directions by Diddy, but at the end of the day, you are an accessory. You didn't say nothing. You didn't jump in. You didn't help. So I wonder if they are going to charge the people that were there and that was around that saw shit go down and didn't say shit and let shit play out the way it's gonna play out because it wasn't happening to them. I wonder if they're gonna get charged. I really wonder if they're gonna get charged. I'm really interested in to know if they are. Honestly, I really do. But anyway, guys, anybody have any thoughts? Anybody have any thoughts? Anybody have any thoughts? Even though there is one person in here, but whenever I speak, I always speak to like I'm talking to like a stadium full of people. Even though there's 1 to 2 people in here, it doesn't matter. Um, yeah. But listen, you guys, I'm gonna keep my ear to the streets and take notes and stuff like that and bring y'all the tea because there's always, people may not be watching Armand and may not know who Tisa Tells is or anything, but they somehow came across my video and wanted to know the tea, and that is all well and dandy. And I'm interested in this. I'm so interested in this trial to see how bad Diddy is going to get hung up. Um, because listen, it's only day 3 and he looks absolutely like horrific. Like I feel like you can't get any more horrific, but child, yeah. Um, but y'all, let me get out of here because I gotta finish some laundry and I will see y'all in a little bit. All right. Later, guys.